As a matter of fact, I want to thank you all personally for taking the time to get on this webinar here. Depending on whatever time in the world it is, I see all different countries out there, so I don't know exactly what the time zones are, but it's great to see all these wonderful people out there. What we're going to do today is, yes, I am going to share with every single one of you an incredible opportunity, but what I think I'm going to do first is I'm going to do something that most other presenters do not do. I'm actually going to show you how to make money. It's one thing for me to come here and tell you how great a company is, a product is, a service is, the compensation plan, and la-di-da, la-di-da, and la-di-da, and all that stuff. But you know what? If I were going to a presentation, one of the things I'd be looking for is does the presenter know what he's talking about? And that's really what I'm up to when I evaluate other conference calls. I really want to know, does the presenters know what they're really talking about? Can they really build a business? Do they have a blueprint themselves, or are they just very good speakers and they just kind of lay the sauce on you? You know what I mean? So what we're going to do right now is lay out the blueprint. I want to show you how we're building this out, and I want you to see how it's all coming to fruition, coming to reality, and we want to do this again and again and again and again. We're going to have some fun doing this. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about the formula for building a long-term lifetime residual income. What it is, it's traffic plus exposure equals conversion. And all we need to do here is keep everything simple. We really, really do. We shouldn't get too complex, because when your brain starts to get stressed out and you start wondering, well, what do I do next, and how do I do this, and how do I do that, and how many courses do I have to take to learn how to do this and do that? It's not that difficult. As a matter of fact, we got Joel on the call right now, and he's probably got the best system out there. Joel knows how to work Facebook unlike anyone I've ever seen before. And the beautiful thing about what he does is he just builds relationships. He uses Facebook to get on the phone with people and build a relationship with them, and then from that point on, it leads to a sign-up. It's pretty amazing. And somebody asked me the other day, they said, well, how does Joel sign up 5 to 6 to 7 people a day? And I said, he touches base with people. I said, Joel's a mega master at building relationships with people on Facebook. First off, he knows how to get the traffic. And second off, he knows how to communicate to them to get them to these calls, and that's what he does. And so if we can learn how to just become appointment setters for these events, because what I'm doing here to help us all explode this business is I'm doing 4 live calls a day. 4 live calls a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. And by holding these live events, what we're doing is we're giving a platform for people to receive straight up, real live human contact. They get the insight as to what it is we're doing. And we're creating multiple exposures a day, which means it gives you all the same platform to invite people to the party. So it's kind of like having 4 concerts a day, and people come to hear the story and come to hear the entertainment. Who knows what's going to happen on these calls? All kinds of great things happen on these calls. And that's something that most companies are missing, because there's too much of an emphasis, I believe, on just staying home and doing nothing and just making money off the internet. Some people are making a fortune doing that, but that's not duplicatable for the average person. So they got caught up in these protocols that aren't going to work to their advantage. So the best way I know how to do it is to take the pain away, take the stress away, and just keep it simple by generating traffic, taking that traffic from the internet and putting them on live events every day, and let somebody else do the presentation. Somebody that is seasoned and polished and knows how to do these presentations. And in this case, it'll be me, until somebody else wants to step up to the plate and take on that task. But for now, I don't want to give up this chair. I love this. I love the chair that I'm sitting in right now, and I plan to do this for quite some time. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Val Smith. I'm a professional marketer. I've been in this industry for 36 years. I can't believe I'm really telling you that. 36 years. I don't even feel like 36 years old. So anyhow, after being in this industry for 36 years, I've graduated from nitwit marketer to network marketer to corporate executive. To July 29, 2001, we launched our own company, Mentors in Motion. It was kind of like the Dead Sea Scrolls to marketing, a martial arts school to network marketing, teaching people some pretty esoteric techniques to building, massive empires working from home. And so after putting almost 200,000 people through Mentors in Motion at $500 a pop, we basically saw a whole change in the marketplace. We saw, just a very interesting paradigm shift in the industry where it all became automated overnight. Google came out, and then eventually the social networks came out, and all of a sudden the big buzz was to stay in bed and be brain dead, make all this money doing nothing, and no recruiting, no sponsoring, no talking to people, no picking up the phone, no building a relationship. You all can go back to the dark ages and sit in a cave and get rich. I call that parasitic marketing. That's just my own personal choice and my personal opinion. But I thank God it's 2014 now, because the evolutionary process is coming back. Stealth marketing hopefully will go away forever, but it never will. It'll always be there. There will be people manipulating others and preying on people doing that. But the whole point being is, you know what? It's good to have friends again. It's good to see you all here in the webinar room and be able to talk and see you on video and talk on Skype and video chats and just pick up the phone again and do it. It's just it's a beautiful thing. And you got to understand, that's coming from somebody that's been in the industry for 36 years. So I came from the great schools of the past, when network marketing really was network marketing. So what we're doing today is we're launching a new concept, and this all came together between three of us, a discussion between Blair Bremner, Bob Bremner, who own a 15-year-old network marketing company out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. They've been around the world and back again. Bob's flown into China and, Japan and all over the world, with their network marketing company. And so we got into a discussion back in November about developing a training program, and then that discussion led to me creating a product and them running the product on the back end. They fulfill the whole obligation of running the show. So why not launch a product with a 15-year-old stable company that's already been paying out checks for 15 years? Full customer service, where, you don't have two guys in the basement of a house, drinking beer in their pajamas, running a company with 14 computers and, getting back to people with customer service strictly through email, 4, 5, 6 days later. It's a real company where you can literally pick up the phone and dial in and talk to a customer service rep. That's pretty cool. It's a real company where they literally issue you checks on a weekly basis. It's a real company where there's administrative staff and a real live building and a real functional bank account and a real functional, merchant account that's been around there. And so these things are so important when you're building a company out. So I said, instead of me doing this solo, which is something I didn't want to do, why not give them the headache? They can have the headache. That's okay. They don't mind having the headache. And I love doing what I do here. I get to be the product creation. All right? So now let me tell you what this truly is. What this is, it's called thelegendsnetwork.com. Thelegendsnetwork.com. And what the Legends Network truly is, it's an online audio magazine unlike anything the industry has ever seen before. And you get a username and a password to access an audio library. Okay? And this audio library is amazing. I mean, this is what I think every network marketer, anyone in an online, offline, home-based business should access, because it's not just about one industry leader. It's not just about 2 or 3 industry leaders. This is about, for the first time in history, we've been able to amalgamate and bring together many of the industry top leaders that are normally competing against each other for audience and recognition, and I've been able to bring them under one massive arena and record their interviews personally with me. This is not about ebooks in a back office. This is not about, motivational books and CDs and tapes and videos. Been there, done that. No, this is something that the industry needs today in 2014. And what I'm doing in these interviews is I'm getting these superstars to tell us what it is they do. How are they doing it? What are their transitional phrases? What type of software are they using? What do their tunnels and funnels look like? And then I come out and I say, well, listen, if myself included plus the listening audience would like to join you in a business, how could you help us succeed? What would that roadmap look like so we could get to the finish line? Because my friends don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose time. They just want to be in profit and do something positive. How could we do that together? So you get to see it from their perspective, what they would do with us if we were a part of their teams. And I mean, some of these people are awesome, like Jeff Mills, James Holmes, Craig Caron, Dr. Stan Harris, Michelle Grigsby, who may even be on the call today, Angel Lee, Jeff Stephen, Greg Gomez, Richard Stevenson, Rex Harris, Darren Little, Evan Klassen. Now, somebody asked me the other day, why don't you get like the big stars, like maybe the ones from the 70s and the 60s, the ones that made $80, $90 million, some from the 70s and the late 80s that have made, $100 million. Maybe one day, but I really don't think they have a whole lot to offer right now, to be truthfully honest with you. And I really mean that to be true. Their time was different. I don't think it places a lot of relevance into what's going on today. And I think what the marketplace wants today is they want people whose names they can see on the internet today, people they may know, people they may follow already, and people that are making an impact today. Just because somebody made $80 to $100 million, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, I mean, maybe we could bring them in and invite them to do an interview, but you know what? That's not where it's at. You want to tap into those that are doing interviews that have very large groups and very large influence. That's where the money's at. Okay? So we got some incredible things happening here in a really big way, and really every single one of us, myself included, because believe me, when I'm doing these interviews with these people, I'm taking notes. I literally have a pen and paper in my hand. I am taking notes. And it is so paramount for people to become a student in this industry. For somebody to say, no, I'm not interested in learning that, or I have no interest in finding out what Rex Harris has to say, or Jeff Mills has to say, or Greg Gomez has to say, I wouldn't work with those type of people. I wouldn't want them around my kids, honestly. These people know nothing about business. Why do you think millionaires read Forbes magazine? So they know what their competition's doing. So they know what people in their circle of influence are doing on a daily basis. Why do you think people read the Wall Street Journal? To stay informed. There's so many Mickey Mouse marketers out there that think they have all the answers, and they don't. Any one person that thinks they have all the answers is totally a Mickey Mouse marketer. All the greats study all the greats, and that's just the way it is. That's how you know you're dealing with a professional. Okay, somebody says, nah, I'm not interested in learning all that stuff. That's not a marketer. That's just a wannabe, pretending to be a marketer. Okay? So now, when we put this together, we knew we had a hot product. We knew that it couldn't be duplicated. We knew that people weren't going to steal our information because it's my voice in the interviews, interviewing the superstars. And it talks about the Legends Network in those interviews. Therefore, it wouldn't fit into anyone's back office very, very well. The Internet's famous for ripping off content and people's material and, ebooks and stuff like that. That's okay, but we were a little bit smarter, I think. So you're not going to see this material out there. I'm just stating that because I want you to know it's one of a kind, it's authentic, and it's all a collection of a worldwide global masterpiece. All right? So when we realized we had this product down pat and that we pulled off a major coup unlike anything any other company's done, we had to put a compensation plan to this. We wanted to see you all financially taken care of. And I just want to tell you a quick story. I remember I was a part of another magazine, and this kind of stimulated the idea back in the late 90s. And it was a physical, tangible magazine, just like you're seeing in the webinar room right now. You can literally flip the pages. And it was a stunningly beautiful magazine, and it interviewed many of the stars in the industry, with 5 or 6 or 7 different paragraphs, and it showed you their picture. And we put about 60,000 people in that company in about 7 weeks. And it was affordable. Everyone loved it because that magazine was only like $12. So just imagine that, right? So I'm sharing that with you because this is the kind of concept we wanted to create. So many people were coming into it because it was like $12 a month, right? So strategically, when you're thinking about bringing the masses in, do you want a high-end ticket or do you want a low-end ticket? So we kept that same formula in play. So from the second month on here at the Legends Network, we kept it affordable for every man, woman, child, single parent on welfare, college, university student, and third world country. We never wanted the third world countries to be left out of this because there's great marketers in third world countries, and they too have a right to make money. So we set the price at $24.95 a month from the second month on. And that's going to be your lifetime residual income. I mean, what a great novelty tool. It's just like getting a newspaper. You wake up in the morning. Now you wake up in the morning, you go to your computer, and you can go listen to a new interview. We put 4 to 5 in every day, and it kind of inspires you and gets you motivated on your day, and it helps you to understand how the big boys and big girls communicate, how they deliver messages, how they posture. It allows you to become more in tune with having intelligent conversations in this industry. So for $24.95 a month, it's kind of like subscribing to your local newspaper where they deliver it to your front door. But with us, it's delivered to your back office. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. That keeps you up to speed with what's going on in the industry. Now, ready for this? The first month we had to change the price. It wasn't $24.95. The first month we realized that many of you are professional marketers, and many of you would like to make money, and many of you are not going to do this unless you're not making money. So we strategically had to come up with the perfect number on the front end as well too, to create that healthy balance, to create a perfect synergy. And I think we pulled it off. So for $129.95, one-time, lifetime out of pocket, that covers your first month. But at the same time, it also generates a commission structure unlike anything you've ever seen before. There's only 2 companies in the world using what I'm going to show you right now. This is a pretty miraculous compensation plan, and I bet everybody wished they had this when they first got started. I wish this comp plan existed 36 years ago when I got started. Life would have been so much easier, and there wouldn't be so many people failing in network marketing. Check out the dynamics in this comp plan. Now, the first thing I want to say to you before I get into all of the comp plan, 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to show you how to have your $129.95 back in less than 1 hour. The next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to get involved in this at $129.95 and never have to take the money out of your pocket if you have this one incredible tool that will actually help you do that. Okay? So I'll cover those 2 very important pieces to the puzzle in a few short minutes. Let me show you the dynamics here, okay? Okay, so let me take my good friend Ari in Israel. Okay, I see Ari in the webinar room right now from the beautiful Holy Lands. Ari, let's say that you invited me to this call today, and let's say that I'm not the charismatic madman doing the presentation, but you invited me here to this call today. If I were to hear a call like this at the level of intelligence that I'm vibrating at right now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, trust me, but my personality and who I am and what I feel I want to represent in the game of life to people, I would come into this at $129.95. Why? Because any professional business person would. That would not be a roadblock. That would not be an obstacle in their way. They would say yes, because it's the right thing to do. This is about our industry. It's about the people we work with. It's about our peers. And truly, it's about us and our development in this industry and the direction we're heading in. Why wouldn't I want to subscribe to industry leaders in my industry that I participate in every day? There would be no psychological logic for me not to do it outside of being selfish and self-centered, thinking I know it all. Everybody needs to subscribe to this if you're in the industry. And I mean that to be true. Not trying to hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. You want to know what's happening in your industry, and you want to know what the leaders are doing. Who wouldn't want to know that? So I come in at $129.95, one time out of pocket, right? On the first month. Ari, you're going to make a $50 fast start bonus. So Ari makes $50 on the fast start bonus in less than 23 minutes I've been talking. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. But Ari has a second person on the call. Okay? Ari brought Chris to the call. So Chris comes in at $129.95 because he loves this type of information. He loves this concept. He sees this as being a beautiful generic tool that can enhance our industry and the people of our industry. So Ari, you make another $50 in 24 minutes being on this call, so you're up $100. Now Ari, you start a third sale, and that third sale happens to be Bob Love. Okay? So Bob Love comes in here at $129.95 because Bob knows it's the right decision to make. Or you make a $50 fast start bonus plus you get a $30 coded bonus on top of it. So let's just check it out. In about 24 minutes of speech here, Ari's made 50 and 50 and 80, $180. What was this cost to come in? $129.95. Ari's made $50 in 24 minutes. Didn't say a word. Just invited 3 people to the call that caught the vision, saw the light, and made the right decision, got involved. But you know what? There may have been a possibility, I don't know if it's true or not, but there may have been a possibility that Ari could have been connected to a credit card. He could have had a credit card, could have paid his way in on the credit card, not taking any money out of his pocket, knowing that he's going to have 28 days of leveraging power. He's already up $180, right? What happens if Ari goes out and makes $800-900 in the next 28 days? $2,400 in the next 28 days. How's Ari going to pay back the credit card? Out of pocket? No, out of profit. So in essence, really, what did it cost Ari to get involved in this? Nothing out of his pocket. It was a leveraging ride. all out of the credit card. It's kind of like borrowing. Hey, honey, can I borrow $10 off you? I'll pay you back at the end of the month. Oh, okay. And you turn that $10 into $100. All of a sudden, you pay that $10 back, and it costs you nothing. You're up $90. It's called leveraging. Okay? So if you take a look at the first sale, 50, second sale, 50, third sale, 80. And from the third sale on to infinity on the horizontal pay line, every sale is now worth $80. Way to go, Ari. Good job. So $80 to infinity, that's pretty exciting. For those of you that are out there and you're seeing this webinar and maybe you feel that you've got a polished, seasoned skill as an online internet marketer, you've got a list, you've got a following, what would hurt you from putting a bunch of people in an industry-leading online audio magazine? Nothing. What if you did that? Well, if you put 1,000 people in, you make $80,000 your first week, your first month, your first 90 days, whatever it is you do. And the beautiful thing is it's paid weekly. We pay you weekly here, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay? So now, when you take a look at that structure, you're probably looking at the two red people in the webinar room, the $50 sales. You're saying, Val? And I say, yeah. Where's the $30 coded bonus on those two sales? Great question. You know where it is? It's there. You just don't see it. It literally got passed up to Ari's sponsor, to the next person above Ari. Okay? It's called a pass-up. We don't pass up sales here. In regular two-up programs, you put your worst people in. Here you put your best two in, and you'll see why very shortly, okay? So the $30 code passes up. Now let me show you how that's instrumental in lighting the fuse that creates the nitrous oxide that creates Too Fast, Too Furious here, okay? See the third sale there? The third sale that Ari brought in? Bob Love, right? That's the first $80 sale. That's the third sale. What happens if Bob brings in his two underneath him now? Bob gets the 50 and 50. What if those two bring in their two? They get the 50s and 50s. What if those two bring in their two? 50s and 50s. That whole line will be 50s and 50s. But where is the invisible $30 coded bonus? Ta-da! It goes all the way up to Ari. All those $30 that you see there, they go to Ari. Because everyone's making 50s on their first two, the 30s have to go to somebody, and Ari's the only one to get it. So think about this. If each distributor sponsors their first two, in 7 days, you would earn over $30,000 in just 9 weeks. And that's the way it works. So what does that mean to me? If I were listening to what I just said there, what does that mean to me as a person listening? I wouldn't sit here and wait around for somebody else to do anything for me. My main objective, what I'd be planting in my subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind loves you more than anything in the world. It gives you everything and anything you ask for in the game of life, the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, guess what happens? I would be focusing on getting two. Who get two? Who get two? Get two. You want to focus on getting your two. And I'm going to show you that in the next page here in a few seconds. So if there were 400 people underneath Bob Love there, one sec, Blair. If there's 400 people under Bob Love there, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have 400 people times $30. That's going to give Ari in the beautiful Holy Lands $12,000. Isn't that cool? But then what happens if Ari's fourth sale, fifth sale there start to manifest an organization underneath them and they start building down as well? Ari may have 2,000 people in this team after 5-6 months. Maybe less, maybe more. But if Ari had 2,000 people come in through that organization, any of those people, in a sum total of 2,000 people, Ari'd put $60,000 in his pocket. 2,000 people in a regular biz op, maybe $800, maybe 52, maybe 6,200, and that's stretching it. Here, 60 grand. Big difference than your typical MLM. So I showed you $80 to infinity. I showed you $30 to infinity. Now, the second month, and by the way, that's paid weekly. Just like Blair was showing there, it's paid weekly every Friday. The money goes in your back office, and then you take it to wherever you want. Taco Bell, or Taco Bell, I don't know. Whatever you want, it's all yours. So let's take a look at what happens in the second month on. From the second month on, I told you it was $24.95 a month. But from the second month on, we are now entered into a 2x15 forced matrix. Okay? And the forced matrix all starts with you, and then it starts with 2. Now there's something that I want to show you here, and I think the Hitman's going to be pretty proud of me for showing you this. It starts with you, and then you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, goes all the way down 15 levels. Okay? Now, before I show you what the 15 levels would be worth, we've literally had a couple people here that somehow did well, and they still haven't brought in their first 2 people. Joel will tell you this. We have one lady that's got 468 people underneath her, and she hasn't even brought one person in yet. That tells you a little bit about their work ethic. All right? But what I wanted to tell you is this. Some of you are going to look at these matrices, and you're going to say, well, let's build a power leg, or let's stack it. Probably not the best thing to do if you really want to be smart about it. And I'm just telling you this. When I take a look at the diagram that's before me in that webinar room right now, I see you. And then what I would want to do, and what I think every single one of you should do, and this is what I do when I look at a matrix, I look at those first 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. I always want to make sure those levels are full. I want the 1 line full, I want the 2 line full, I want the 3 line full. And I take on that responsibility, kind of like taking out the garbage, making sure the house is tidy, making sure there's gas in the car, making sure my kids are fed. I take on that same responsibility with my business. My business means I have to make sure those 3 levels look exactly the way it does there. There can never be an opening. Never be an opening. Not one opening. So I'm saying that to help you understand that if you want to fill this matrix in, complete a 2x15 matrix and potentially earn $1 million, which I haven't talked to you about yet, you want to be doing what I'm doing. Making sure your level 1 is full, your level 2 is full, your level 3 is full. Everybody needs to focus on your first 3 levels. And if everybody makes a commitment to saying, there is no way on God's earth I can leave one opening gap in that 1, 2, 3 structure, your matrix is going to explode. Don't worry about taking care of your sister and your goldfish and your dogs and your cats. Get them out of there. They don't need to be in there. You don't need to take care of your buddies. We're professionals. We start building professionally. All right? And get everybody to look at where they are in that structure, and every human being, every one of their responsibilities is to make sure those 3 levels are constantly full. There is never a spot missing. It's like spilling milk on the floor. You don't leave it there. You clean it up. No spots allowed. We keep it clean in the matrix. And watch what happens to your income. Okay? Trust me on that. Believe me when I tell you, it'll make a big difference in your paycheck. So now, $64,000 in that 2x15 matrix, potentially speaking, would be your income should it ever happen to max out. And everybody does what I just said there. That's what's going to max the matrix out if you just listen to me. If you don't listen to me, you're not going to have that type of money coming in. I promise you. Now, we have a couple really cool features to this matrix. Feature number 1, we have a 100% matching bonus. A 100% matching bonus. You can earn up to a 100% check match on all your personally sponsored distributors. What that means is this. Let's say Ari sponsored me and I made $2,200. Ari makes an extra $2,200 in the last day of May on his check. Ari sponsors Joel Shapiro. Ari gets another $6,300 because like Joel would go out there and probably do $6,300 anyhow real quick in that matrix. And then Ari sponsors Betty. Guess what? Betty goes out and makes $4,700. Ari gets another $4,700 added to the check. So whoever you sponsor, whatever they make in the matrix, that's when duplication kicks in. You literally get a duplicate of their income added to your check. But outside of that, duplication doesn't work, in my opinion. So we showed you the $64,000 to potentially a 15-level matrix. We showed you 100% matching bonus. Now another feature is the space shuttle technology we use called re-entry. You'll see the space shuttle coming back to Earth. It's penetrating the atmosphere. It's heating up. That's called re-entry. Well, every time you sponsor two here, you earn a new profit center. As a matter of fact, you can earn unlimited profit centers with this matrix. Let me show you how that works. You always keep your top position because that's the one you paid for and you're paying monthly for it. But when Ari sponsors Val and Joel sponsor R2 each. Ari now gets a free position in the matrix, fully covered, does not have to pay $24 a month, does not have to pay the $129. Don't worry about it, fully covered. It goes back into the matrix down below, creating more momentum, more stability, more fire underneath your downline, because they get to see you in their downline now. And the beautiful thing is you now get to build another 2x15 matrix out from that position, and you get to double your commissions. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. So it's giving you another 15 levels of pay, and you're doubling your commissions. Now, you can do that as many times as you want. We got the hitman here on the call right now, and he did his first 5 re-entries in 37 days. Nobody has yet broken that record. 37 days, 5 re-entries. So he would have 5 re-entries plus his top position, and I believe Joel now has 6 re-entries as well, if I have that correct. So something magical is happening here. And by the way, if you happen to sponsor somebody that has more than 1 entry, like let's say whoever sponsored Joel, and Joel's got 5 positions here, they get the 100% matching bonus on all 5 of Joel's positions, by the way. So, I think we've taken a very generous philanthropic approach to paying out 80% in this pay plan here, number 1, and then giving you free positions, number 2, where you don't have to repay for them again, and giving you the opportunity to make money on these matching bonuses. We're doing everything we can to make life easier for marketers that just don't normally stand a chance with online marketing. Companies and products aren't going to be enough. There has to be something mathematically that works for you, the distributors, and that's just the way it has to be. Okay? Okay. So now, let me do a recap really quick. The recap is this. I just showed you $80 to infinity for every original sale that you make. And as those $80 sales manifest and germinate an organization underneath them, you get $30 to infinity. And then we go into the second month. In the second month, you've got a 2x15 matrix that pays out $64,000 a month. Okay? The other beautiful feature about that matrix is it pays the 100% matching bonus on all your personally sponsored distributors. And the other beautiful thing about the matrix is we give you the opportunity to develop more depth in the matrix by creating re-entries. So you could literally be getting paid 60, 70, 82, 300, 400 levels deep on all those re-entry systems. I think that's pretty generous for a company to take a look at and do that. Other compensation plans don't do that. So when we started looking at the generosity and what we're doing in this compensation plan, and we realized there wasn't another compensation plan out there except for one more, we said, what could we name this? It can't be a unilevel. It can't be a binary. It can't be a stair-step breakaway. It can't be a straight line downline. It can't be a cycler program because we pay out a lot more than all of those. So we decided to call it the Katy Perry Fireworks Compensation Plan. So baby, here's your fireworks. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. So that's what we got going here. We've exploded the monetary side of this so it prospers everybody, not just 1 or 2 leaders at the top, but everybody now has an equal level playing field to make money, and I thank God for that every day. Super job, Blair. Appreciate it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you one more dynamic in this compensation plan. I've been saving this for last. This is going to blow your mind. What I'm going to show you right now leaves no room for excuse, leaves no room for someone to say, well, my plate's too full, I'm just not interested, I'm not interested in hanging out with the superstars in the industry, I'm not interested in developing my skills to a higher level, I'm really happy at the vibration level I'm vibrating at right now, thank you very much. Yeah, right. Okay, so this is why everyone's going to say yes. This one feature alone is the holy grail of holy grails in compensation. And I'll prove that to you right now. So I got this guy. He comes to me in Facebook, and he reaches out to me and he says, hey, Val. And I said, hey, yeah. He says, you're a heavy hitter in the industry. He says, why don't you tell me if there's a compensation plan out there in the industry where I could literally become financially independent if I only ever sponsored one person and never did anything ever again? I said, okay, I'll tell you. The answer is no. Doesn't exist. That was the end of the conversation. But 3 Thursdays ago, I went back to that person and I apologized and I said, you know what? I was telling you the truth at the time, but if you'd asked me that question today, I'm not telling you the truth. The answer is now yes. People, check this out. This is why nobody in their right flippin' mind can say no to this. If somebody tells you that they're on the internet to make money, why are you in business? I want to make money. And then they see what I'm going to show you right now and they say they're not interested, they're not a player. They're not even a wannabe. All right? And I'm just being honest with you. This is what we've all dreamed of. This is what I was waiting for 36 years. You ready for this? So let me pick here. Who do we got? We got, I need somebody else. I'm going to use Doreen. All right? So I'll take you, Doreen. You ready for this? Let's say Doreen invites me to this call. I listen in. And I get back to her and I say, Doreen, yeah, I was on the call. Sounded pretty good. Saw Katy Perry and all that really cool stuff. But I don't know if I can do this right now because I got so much on my plate. You know, I'm moving in a different direction. My plate's full. I'm kind of busy. I don't know if I have a lot of interest right now. Doreen says, Val? I say, yeah. She says, you got to come into this. You can't let this one slip between your fingers. Number one, you don't have to do any presentations. All you have to do is send traffic to the call 4 times a day or whenever you want, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, and cash in. That's all you have to do. So I think about what you just said. I said, yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Maybe I can send some traffic here. I'm pretty good at generating traffic. I'll tell you what, Doreen, I'll take a position in here. I'll lock up a spot. It's the early stages right now, so I'll take some prime real estate, jump in here, and I'll take it for a test drive. Worst case scenario is I'll at least break even. I won't lose anything. So I send some traffic to the call because I told Doreen I would. Doreen makes $50, by the way, when I come in. I send some traffic to the call, and I get this guy by the name of Joel Shapiro out there. He comes in off Facebook. I don't even know who he is, hypothetically speaking. He phones me, and I say, hello. He says, is Val there? And I said, speaking. Val, this is Joel Shapiro, man, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett. I love that program, man. I was just on that call. That webinar was amazing. Oh, by the way, the Miami Heat won last night. It's 3-2. But, hey, give me the link to your site. It's amazing. That's Joel. We love Joel. Why? Because Joel is everything. He's bigger than those fireworks. With Joel, you get the best sales pitch. With Joel, you get the best ESPN updates. With Joel, you will always know the Miami Heat will always be the champions because that's just what Joel says. So we believe in Joel. You know, I think in America they say, in God we trust. Well, I trust in Joel. Okay? So anyhow, keeping that in mind, Joel comes in and I make $50. Pretty cool. So I got $50 back. But now watch what happens. You all don't know who Joel is yet, but you'll probably get to know Joel pretty quick because this guy is a machine. He's the best that I've ever seen do what he does. And he's not duplicatable, by the way. So Joel goes out there and he makes his first sale. He makes $50 and I, as sponsor, make nothing. Joel goes out there and makes his second sale. He makes $50. I, as sponsor, make nothing. But then, oh my God, you know what happens? The floodgates break open. All right? Parting of the Red Sea. Check this out. You ready for this? Joel goes out and he hammers his list. He does what he does best on Facebook, and look out. People aren't going to know what hit him. Joel goes out and he puts 200 people in the deal in 45 days. And that's probably not much for him to do that. 200 people in the deal in 45 days. Does anyone know what 200 times $80 is? It's $16,000. Now, to the $16,000, $10,000 of it came from the $50 Fast Start bonus. And then you have the $30 coded, $6,000 of it came from the $30 coded, totaling 16 grand. Now, remember me? I didn't even want to do this deal. I didn't want to come in. I was too busy. My plate was full, yada, 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 yada. I wasn't thinking straight. But all of a sudden, Doreen keeps me in the game. And all because I just brought Joel in, I made $6,000. How did I make the 6 grand? Because I get a 100% matching bonus on all the $30 codes that Joel makes. Every time Joel makes a $30 coded bonus, I make a $30 coded bonus. Isn't that amazing? So Joel got $6,030 codes, so I get $6,030 codes. But that's not what I wanted to tell you. It gets way better than that. Check this out. Those 200 people that Joel puts in the deal, they start to germinate. They start to come out of the cocoon and they expand and spread their wings and they fly. And what happens is they start developing an organization underneath them. And after 5.5, 6 months in the deal, Joel's got like 9,000 people on his team. Does anyone know what 9,000 times $30 in coded bonus is? It's $270,000, a little over $250,000 that Joel would have made. Now remember me, I didn't want anything to do with this deal. If Doreen just said to me, oh, okay, that's okay, well, get back to me in 8 months when, you know, you're not so busy and you don't have all those wonderful things on your plate. When you stop being a junkie out there, feel free to get back to me, okay? She could have said that to me. But no, Doreen got me in the game because she didn't give up on me. She didn't let me go. She was tenacious and told me, dude, all you need to do is send traffic to the call. A 2-year-old child can do that. Maybe. I just made $270,000. Thank you, Doreen, but Joel, thank you 3 times. Because Joel got a $30 code, I get 100% match on that $30 code. If Joel makes $270, I make $270. So a guy says to me, he says, Val, yeah, I heard you doing the Legends Network. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Well, how you doing in it? I'm doing really well. How many people you got on your team? 1. Guy starts laughing at me. He thinks I'm being an idiot. He said, how many people you sponsor? 1. How many you got on your team? 1. And he's still laughing at me. He says, dude, why don't you come with me? Come join me in my new health and nutritional company. We're in pre-launch. I say, no, I can't. He says, why not? Because I just made $270,000. He's going to think I'm totally whacked. He's going to say, Val, yeah, what's your address? Why? I'm going to send over an ambulance. That's not true. Oh, yes, it is. How do you want me to send it to you? Through automation, or do you want to witness it live? Get on the call. I'll show you. You get a 100% matching bonus on your first 2 sales. And I only did Joel. I didn't even do the second sale yet. And by doing the second sale, people, I also get the matrix money. And then I get the 100% match on my second sale. But if Joel goes on to make $1.8 million on those $30 codes after 3-4 years, I make $1.8 million. Show me that in another compensation plan. You show me that in another compensation plan, I'll send an ambulance over to your house too. Just so I know somebody's sending one over to my house. I want us to be the same. It's called duplication. An ambulance for you, an ambulance for me. Why? Because the compensation plan pays out too much money. And people aren't going to believe it. Oh, that's not true. That comp plan doesn't do that. Oh, yeah? You want to make a bet? You want to see it live or you want to see it in automation? You want to have your own back office and see what it looks like on Fridays? Or you want to have your own back office and see it empty on your 15th of every month? Our company pays more than yours. I only got 1 person on my team. I made $270. La 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 la. Kind of reminds me of that Eddie Murphy show. What did you say? I got an ice cream. Delirious. I don't want you to watch that video, by the way. But anyhow, so that's what I was thinking about. This is amazing. This is amazing. I love this compensation plan. And Bob Peterson and the Bremners were smart enough to put it together. I just added the 100%, the $100 fast start on it. So we got some great things happening here. And great job, guys, gals. What we just showed you there is something that every marketer claims to want. And then I bet you when you stick it in their face, I bet you some of them are going to be too afraid to run with it. We'll soon find out. But I know Joel and I know everyone on this webinar room is not too afraid to run with it. This is exciting. The other really cool thing that we're doing is we're giving away $200,000 cars. Why? Just because we're different. We're the Legends Network. I don't want to put you in a car lease program. Then you'll hate me. Car lease programs are the worst things going in the industry. Luxury car lease programs, terrible. Oh, did you qualify for the car? Yeah, I got a new car. No, you didn't. You got a new credit rating. You're stuck with the lease, buddy. Company goes out of business. You are up the creek. No, we just give you $200,000 cars. Let your team grow and manifest to 50,000 people, You got yourself a $200,000 car fully paid for, and it doesn't come out of the compensation plan. Sorry about that, like other companies do. It comes out of the company profit. Separate yourself from the masses. Get a flagship automobile today. All right? The other really cool thing we're doing is we're giving away $1 million. $1 million, giving away $1 million. The first summit director that is smart enough to recognize what I showed you back in the matrix earlier of making sure your first levels are full and their first levels are full and everyone's first 3 levels are full, keep focusing on that. You will fill up the 2x15 matrix in no time. And you will be the first potentially to pick up $1 million. Now, other companies have tried to do this, but they failed. Why? Because they don't give you the $1 million for 36 months or 48 months. And then what some of them do is they kick their leaders out of the company first before they have to pay them the money. They use the leaders first to build them up, create the momentum, create the, the big hyped out atmosphere, and then all of a sudden they find compliance issues against them and get rid of them so they don't have to pay. There's a sucker born every day. We don't do that. We pay you the $1 million. It's yours. You don't have to wait 36 months or 36 weeks or 36 days, whatever they do. I don't know. It's your money. The other thing, I just want to make this perfectly clear, we don't care how many business opportunities you're doing. If you're doing 75 business opportunities, we don't care. We're not going to kick you out of the company like the Gestapo companies do because you're doing 3 or 4 or 5 different companies. The only thing that's not going to sit well with us is if people come in here and start recruiting people that they did not put in this business. If cross-recruiting goes on here, that's immediate termination. Immediate. There's nothing to talk about. If the evidence is there, there's nothing to talk about. The bottom line is people are busting their butts to build a life and income for themselves, to build the success team, and we don't need any parasites to come in here and try to take away from that. And I'm just being honest. I will call it a parasite. But the really cool thing about that is if we notice that there's parasites in this industry, the mother company that owns the Legends Network is a health and nutritional company, and they have something called nano silver, 24 parts per million or something like that, and it kills germs. So we got some great things happening here. Just stay focused on what you need to do, focus on your team, leave other people's teams alone, respect the order of how things happen here, and we'll be more than happy to watch you make as much money as you want. And I'm just being straight up. I'm not going to come into this call and lie to you. I just want to let you know in advance how we operate. We love everybody, and we're philanthropic, and we'll do everything we can to help you succeed. All we ask in return is that you respect other people's businesses at the same time, too. And I think that's only fair. So I'm in love. I'm in love with the legendsnetwork.com. I think this is an incredible gift to the industry. I think it's an incredible gift to each and every single one of us. And I think if we all believe that, it's our duty to get out there and share the message and let people know that there's a safe sanctuary that they can literally come and play and have a great time, meet a lot of great people, and learn a lot of great information from superior marketers. The other beautiful thing is, although it's an audio online magazine, because of my connections to those that I've interviewed, I'm able to bring them to live webinars too. So you'll see in the future we will have some of those people that I interviewed literally here live in a webinar room, and they'll be talking and teaching at the same time too. So I don't know, what more can you ask for? All the superstars under one umbrella, is that worth $24.95 a month? The answer's got to be yes. Let's get started today. Okay, so I think what Blair's going to do right now, honestly, I think he's going to play a video for us, a testimonial video.
Hi everybody, it's Michelle Grigsby. I'm from Kansas City. I am so excited to bring you this testimonial about the Legends Network. And the reason why is I just finished looking at my back office. I thought I'd been on board for 2 months. Guys, it's only been 30 days. I've only been in the Legends Network for a month, and I have never experienced this much growth in my life. My team is exploding, and I have learned so much thanks to Val Smyth and the amazing interviews that he has done with these entrepreneurs. I mean, guys, what I've been able to do is literally tap into the minds of top entrepreneurs in the industry. I've been able to learn about their journey, where they came from, where they went, where they're going, tips, tricks, strategies that they're using, methods that they're using to have success. And the best part of all, I'm able to get some counsel from them and learn from their wisdom, things that they've learned. And it's really interesting. A lot of them have kind of a common denominator of counsel that they're giving. And I have to tell you, I've gotten so many ideas that I've actually started to utilize already, which is why my team is growing almost every single day. And guys, I also have to tell you that the team that I'm on is amazing. We're like a great big family, but we also provide daily trainings for our team members, and we are providing pure value to our prospects. And as a result, like I said, our team is exploding. And what I love about this more than anything else, guys, is I'm able to see my team members becoming leaders. It is so satisfying, and I have to tell you, the comp plan is really good too. So I'm just so grateful for the fact that I have jumped on board with the Legends Network. I'm so grateful that I planted my flag here, and I don't know, I just can't imagine where my life would be if I had not done this. So I'm grateful for everybody and everything that I've learned, and I just want to share that with you. If you're thinking about joining the Legends Network, jump on board. I promise you won't be sorry. Ciao.